The BPS Fitness Challenge was developed by a team of physical education professionals from elementary, middle, high school, and K through 12 adapted PE. The competition assesses 6 components within health and skill-related fitness. Components include muscular strength, muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, speed, agility, and balance. Each competition component criteria is identified by age and gender. Participants can achieve scores in the bronze, silver, or gold category for each activity. Participants must choose 2 of the 3 activities from each component for a total of 10 activities. Final awards are based on the following criteria. For gold, you must achieve scores in the gold category for at least 8 of the 10 activities, and silver for the other 1 to 2 activities. For a silver, you need to achieve the silver category for at least 8 of 10 activities, and gold or bronze for the other 1 or 2, or achieves a combination of gold and silver with at least 7 activities being gold and 3 being silver. Lastly, for bronze, you must achieve scores in the bronze category for all 10 components, or achieve a variation combination of scores in the bronze, silver, or gold category for all components. The first category is muscular endurance. The forearm plank hold, number of burpees in a minute, and squats.
Forearm plank hold. How long can you hold a plank position? Begin by holding your body weight up on your forearms on the ground. Make sure your elbows are aligned below your shoulders and arms should be parallel to your body, about shoulder width apart. You can choose to keep your palms flat against the ground or make fists. The balls of your feet should be utilized to help stabilize and maintain balance. Don't let your feet lie flat on the ground. Engage your core muscles and make sure your back is flat. Do not slump or extend up in the plank position. Make sure to fix your gaze between your hands. And don't forget to breathe. Burpees. How many can you complete in 1 minute? Stand with your feet shoulder width apart and arms by your side. Squat down, making sure you engage your hips and bend your knees. Place your hands in front of you on the ground and just inside of your feet. Shift your weight onto your hands. Jump or extend your feet back behind you, landing softly on the balls of your feet. Your body should form a nice straight line. Make sure you are not slumping or extending into the air. Perform 1 90-degree angle push-up. Jump your feet back to starting position. Use your momentum to swing your arms up past your head and into the air. And when you touch the ground again, repeat the process. The squat test. Stand in front of a chair, facing away from it with your feet shoulder width apart. Squat down, lightly touching the chair with your backside before standing back up. Repeat this sequence of movements until you are unable to continue. If you do not have a chair, you can just pretend.
For muscular strength, you will be tested on the standing long jump, 90-degree push-ups, and curl-ups.
Standing long jump. Stand behind a line or another marker that can be used as a starting position. Feet are shoulder width apart. Swing your arms back behind you and bend your knees. Using the momentum, swing your arms forward and jump with a 2-foot takeoff, which means both feet leave the ground at the same time, and jump forward as far as you can. Land on both feet. Try not to fall backwards. Have someone watch you and mark where your feet land from your starting position. Mark the heel. If your hand lands behind you, then mark from when your hands touch the ground. Curl-ups. How many can you perform in 1 minute? Lie on your back and place your arms at your side. Measure 3 inches from the tip of your middle finger towards your feet. Mark that with painter's tape or something you can easily feel. Keep your knees bent. Feet are less than shoulder width apart. You can keep your toes up if it's more comfortable. Using your core muscles, lift yourself up off the ground so that your hands slide forward 3 inches and touch the tape or other marker. Once your fingertips touch the tape, use your core to move your body smoothly back to the ground. Repeat for 1 minute. "90-degree push-ups. How many can you perform in 1 minute? Hold your body up in a full plank position, full arm extension straight back up on the balls of your feet. Hands should be slightly wider than shoulder width. When you lower yourself towards the ground, your elbows will bend to a 90-degree angle and your chest is about 2 inches from the ground. Then push yourself back up into your starting position."
Next, you will be tested on speed and agility. The shuttle run, a line drill, and lateral shuffle touches.
Shuttle run. 30 feet between 2 cones or other objects that you have in your house. Place 2 blocks or 2 objects of your choice at a second cone. Line up behind the first cone. Have someone time you. On the word go, sprint to the second cone, picking up one of the objects, and sprint back to the starting cone, placing it down next to it. After placing the object, turn, sprint back to retrieve the second object, and sprint back to the starting cone. Time stops when you've reached the first cone with the second object. Line drill on a basketball court. Begin at one of the end lines of a basketball court. Have someone time you. On the word go, sprint to the free throw line and touch it with your hand, then sprint back to the original line. Next, sprint to the half court line, touch it with your hand, and sprint back to the original line. Now sprint to the free throw line on the opposite end of the court, touch it with your hand, and sprint back to the original line. Lastly, sprint all the way down to the opposite end line furthest away, touch it with your hand, and sprint back to the original line. When your foot touches the original line, have the person stop timing you. Lateral shuffle drill. Place 2 cones 9 meters apart. Have someone time you. On the word go, slide, shuffle to the other sideline or cone, touch the line or cone with your hand, then turn and slide or shuffle back to the starting line, touch it with your hand. Repeat this 2 more times for a total of 6 line touches or over and back 3 times. When you touch the line for the 6th time, have the person stop timing you. Make sure when you are sprinting, sliding, shuffling, that your feet don't touch each other and your legs don't cross. Your body is facing one direction and you're bending your knees in a squat position as you move across the line between the cones.
Next, you will be tested on cardiovascular endurance. You have the 60-meter or 200 feet dash, jump roping for a minute, or jumping jacks for 1 minute.
The 60-meter dash. Mark off 60 meters or 200 feet. Have someone time you. On the word go, sprint as fast as you can for 60 meters. When your foot touches the finish line, stop the timer. As you're running, remember good form. Arms are moving by your sides and not crossing your midline. Look forward for the duration of the sprint and have an observable flight phase, meaning your feet leave the ground at various intervals. Keep your hands open, don't clench your fists. Ready, set, go. Jump rope. How many times can you jump rope in 1 minute? Have someone time you, and on the word go, see how many revolutions of jumping rope you can perform in 1 minute. Jump rope form components are: arms are held at a 45-degree angle in relation to your body. Using wrist action, turn the rope over your body. Take off and land on 2 feet. The body is in a straight posture while jumping. Jumping jacks. How many full repetitions can you complete in 1 minute? Have someone time you, and on the word go, see how many jumping jacks you can perform in 1 minute. The jumping jack components are: A, begin with arms by your side and legs together in a standing position. B, at the same time, release your arms up above your head, hands come together, and your legs come apart, forming an upside down V. Then release your arms back down to your sides and bring your legs back together, back to the starting position. Let's see it a little bit faster.
The last category you will be tested on is balance. Single leg stances with squats, switching lunge jumps, and an eagle pose.
Single leg stance with a squat. The number of reps in 30 seconds. Have someone time you, and on the word go, perform as many single leg stance squats as you can in 30 seconds. The single leg stance squat components are: balance your body weight on one leg. The opposite leg comes forward and as straight as you can hold it. Ideally, the knee should not be bent, and the arms reach out in front of you. Bend the leg you have your body weight on 90 degrees and perform a squat. Then push yourself back up to starting position. Switching lunge jumps. How many can you complete in 30 seconds? Begin by bending your knees and sinking down into a deep lunge position. One leg is bent forward, the other leg extended behind you. Jumping in the air, bringing the feet together momentarily before switching leg positions. Gently land back on the floor in a basic lunge position with the opposite leg forward. Repeat this movement pattern, switching legs on each jump for 30 seconds. Eagle pose. How long can you hold this pose? Choose one leg to stand on. The opposite leg's foot will tuck behind the leg you're standing on. Thigh will be on top of opposite thigh. Your arms will cross at elbows and wrists will slightly cross so that the back of your hands are touching each other. When you're ready, have someone time you. Squat down slightly and hold the pose. If you are at home and you want to try this without shoes, you may do so.
Now that you've completed the fitness assessment, add up all your scores to figure out which category you achieved.